Hello and welcome. Good morning. Karen Brook here with you. I wanted to start your Monday off with a very simple little lesson on attitude. This is such a very big concept that I really wanted to get you thinking about today on Monday as you go into the rest of your week. The magic word really is attitude. I want you to understand that your attitude is attracting and creating all of your results right now. And I want to help you understand what attitude really is so that you can start to be consciously aware of creating and curating the attitude that you want to help you attract and create the results that you really want in your life. This little lesson on attitude, I want to start off with a few quotes talking about attitude to get you thinking about this concept in your own life. Now, the greatest discovery of his generation was that you could alter your life by altering your attitude of mind. William James said that. William James was one of Harvard University's earliest psychologists, and he wrote a little book called As a Man Thinketh. And he said this, he said the greatest discovery of his generation, the greatest thing that he has ever discovered is that you could alter your life by altering your attitude of mind. Now, a lot of people talk about attitude, but very few people really understand what attitude is. And I'm going to teach you in a very short little lesson today what attitude really is. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, and you've probably said this to yourself, to somebody else, and somebody has probably said it to you. You've just got to have more of a positive attitude. You've just got to change your attitude. You might even think you have a very positive attitude, but you're still wondering, why am I not getting the results that I really want? And so it's really important that we understand this concept and we really know how to work with your attitude of mind. You can be a very outwardly positive person and have a very positive attitude, but still be operating with what we call a negative mental mindset. And so anytime you come from a place of lack or limitation, you're operating with a negative mental mindset, regardless of what you outwardly project. What I'm going to teach you today is to become aware that if the three parts of your personality are not in alignment, then your attitude's going to be off. And you're never going to be able to create exactly what you want when your attitude is not in alignment with the results that you want to create. And that's what William James was talking about. He said the greatest discovery of his generation was that you could alter your life by altering your attitude of mind. Really working at the root cause and changing your attitude at the root cause so that you can create what you want. Here's another one by another great man, Neville Goddard. He was wrote some amazing books in the early, well, not, I wouldn't say early 1900s, mid 1900s. And he said this about attitude: man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Now let's talk about this for a little bit. Man's chief delusion. You will have done this, I know, because I've worked with so many people, and even in my own self, that we think that at times there are causes outside of our own making that are creating our results. Oh, it's because of so-and-so. It's because of this happened. It's because that deal didn't come through. And we delude ourselves with thinking that the causes are outside of ourselves, but they're not. The causes of all of your results in every single area of your life right now, whether you like to hear this or not, is because of you. And until you change, your results will not change. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Your state of consciousness is the state of creation. It's the point from which you create everything in your life. And as you expand your level of consciousness, as you become more and more aware of who you are and how to create the results that you want and how to change your paradigms and your self-image and really work at the root cause, you're going to expand your conscious level of awareness. You're going to see more, create more, do more, have more, be able to give more. And that's what he's talking about here. That everything you are creating right now is a product of your own state of consciousness. As you expand your state of consciousness, as you learn how to do that, you're going to realize you can create whatever it is that you want. That the problem and the answer is not outside of you, it is within you. And what about this one? I love this. This is Victor E Frankl. He was a Viennese psychiatrist in a concentration camp, and beautifully sad story that has a great lesson in it around attitude. He was taken into a concentration camp, and so was his family, his wife and his children. And they took everything from him. They took his children from him. They took his wife from him. And he was standing there naked. The last connection that he had to the life he knew, the last connection he had to his wife and his family was his wedding ring. And they took it from him. And in that very moment, he experienced the lesson of this. Everything can be taken from a man, but one last thing, the last of all human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so powerful? That every moment of every day you have a choice and you can choose your attitude. And as you choose your attitude in any given set of circumstances, you are choosing your own way. You are no longer being defined by circumstances, by things going on outside of you, by what someone else thinks or says or does. You are choosing your own way. You are choosing how you respond in that set of circumstances. And as you do that, you are choosing your life. You are choosing how you are going to create your life. And that is true freedom. Understanding that you have the ability to do that is freedom. Most people don't realize they can do this. Most people think that there are causes outside of their own making, that it is because of a set of circumstances that they have found themselves in the position that they are today. But that is not true at all. And as we come to understand this, and as we come to take responsibility for this, and as you come to learn how to take control of your mind and your life, you are choosing your own way. So this is what your attitude is. Your attitude is a composite of the 3 different parts of your personality. It is a composite of your thoughts, your feelings, and actions expressed. So you have 3 different parts to your personality. You have your mind and your body. And in your mind, you have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your physical body. Your conscious mind is often referred to as the thinking mind. Your subconscious mind is often referred to as the emotional or the feeling mind. And then the mind controls the body. Whatever is going on in the mind will be expressed to and through the physical body, and it'll show up in our results as we impact on our environment impacts on us. That action reaction produces a result, and you create the results that you're experiencing. So your attitude is a composite of all of these 3 things, and they have to come together in the right quantities at the right time so that you can create exactly what you want. But this is where your success becomes predictable. When you really learn how to do this is lesson 9 of my coaching. When you really learn how to do this, you are making your results predictable. And as you come to understand in what proportions and in what scale you need to work with each parts of your personality, you start to guarantee and create the kind of results that you want to experience, and you actually go out and experience them. Another way of thinking about attitude is thinking about a cake. Now, when you bake a cake, and the cake comes out of the oven, you don't say as you're eating that beautiful piece of cake, "Ooh, that's good butter. Ooh, that's good spice. Ooh, gee, you use fresh milk in that. That's such a delicious cake." You say, "Gee, this is a beautiful piece of cake," right? So the cake is beautiful when you go to eat it because it has the right proportion of everything that it needs to balance that cake and make it taste great. Your attitude is the same. Your attitude requires you to have just the right thoughts at the right time in the right proportion, the right feeling and emotional engagement with what you want, and the right behavior or actions to support what you want. And as it all comes together, you create what you want. Now imagine if you go to bake a cake and you don't really know what you're doing. and you put too much butter in or too much sugar in or too many eggs or not enough self-raising flour, or you bake it too long or you don't bake it enough, the cake might still come out of the oven kind of looking okay, but when you go to eat it, it does not taste so good. And so you haven't got the cake quite right. You use the wrong proportion of ingredients and you haven't quite got the result that you wanted with that cake. That can happen as well when you don't really understand how to do this properly. Is you're not working with the right proportions of each of these elements of your personality for you to be able to create what you really want. And that can get really annoying and really frustrating until you learn how to change it. Another way of looking at this is you might want to upgrade your results. So let's say we want to make a better cake. And we want to make an even healthier cake, and a cake that does even better things for our body when we eat it, right? And so we want to make an organic cake. And so we start to upgrade the ingredients. We use a better quality flour. We use a better quality butter. We use better quality eggs. And we get a better quality tasting cake. And that might be something that you want to do as well. You want to upgrade your attitude. Your results are pretty good at the moment and you're pretty happy with how things are, but you know you could be doing better. You know that you could be getting even better results. And so we have to upgrade the quality of our thoughts. We have to upgrade the quality of our feelings and how connected we are to what we want. And we have to upgrade the quality and quantity and effectiveness of the actions and behavior that we're taking. And as we work in all these dimensions in the right equal proportions, as you learn how to do this, your attitude changes, and so do your results proportionately to the quality of the changes that you've made on the inside, just like the cake. Does this make sense? If you've got questions on this, leave it in the chat and I'll come back and help you with it. So your attitude, if you look at it here, this is a little diagram that I teach you about in lesson 4 of my coaching. And your attitude is a composite of 3 parts of your personality: your thoughts, feelings, and actions expressed. And it is creating the situation as you are experiencing it today. As we said earlier, man's chief delusion is that there are causes outside of his own consciousness. But that's not the case at all. Everything that you're experiencing right now, you're choosing because you're creating. And you're creating it whether you understand this or not. You are creating it right now in your life. And the only way that you will change or improve any area of your life is when you really get into this and you really study this and you learn how to transform it. And when you do that, your success becomes predictable. Your success becomes predictable. You're putting yourself in control of creating the life of freedom that you really want. Your mind creates, so why don't you make it beautiful? Think about what you really want, not what you think you can have, not what you see somebody else doing. What do you really want? Whatever is suppressed upon the subconscious mind or your emotional mind controls the vibration of your body. It controls how you feel. Vibration is a fancy word we've created to describe feeling. Your vibration is dictated by the ideas that you impress upon your subconscious mind or your emotional mind. How you feel, what you're radiating out into the universe is dictated by the ideas and images that you are holding and impressing upon your subconscious mind. If you're holding a negative idea or an idea that is much the same of what you've already had, you're going to move into that vibration. If you're involved in a negative idea, you're going to move into a negative vibration. Positive idea, you will instantly move into a positive vibration. Now, it's not enough just to do this once. You've got to learn how to do this consistently in the right proportions for a reasonable period of time so that you can create the outcome that you want. And I'm telling you, it is in very, 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 very rare cases that a person will be able to do that without the support of a coach or mentor and the right environment to allow you to do it. And you know why? Because your paradigm is so strong. We'll do another lesson on paradigms another day. I don't have time to teach you any more on that this morning, but you are not going to be able to do this by yourself, and you're kidding yourself if you think that you can, because your paradigm has you so trapped in a habitual, logical way of looking at your environment. It's not until you really break free and you start to surround yourself with like-minded people who are really serious about learning how to do this to improve the quality of their life, when you really have the guidance and support of a coach or mentor to elevate your thoughts, feelings, and actions to a new level, to teach you how to do this, that you're really going to see a big shift in your results. And if you're ready for that, then you want to make a start today. You want to get involved in my coaching, and do not hesitate another second to make a start, because I guarantee the second you get into this, everything is going to start to change. What I'm going to teach you over the course of 6 months will blow your mind. You will move to an entirely new state of consciousness. And from that new state of consciousness, you're going to attract and create results that are far beyond your imagination right now. Success is not a secret, it is a system. And your success does become predictable when you start thinking into results. So you will attract whatever you are in vibrational harmony with. Therefore, your attitude attracts. So I'm going to leave you to think about that today and really get serious about what it is that you want, and start now. Don't delay, don't hesitate, don't wait for a better day, a better set of circumstances. You create what you want by the thoughts and ideas that you choose to accept today. And as you do that today, you're creating a new future, a better future, even improved results from now. I'm Karen Brook. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye-bye.